Hello, I'm here with some hints and tips for you to help you with your brand new shimmer sprays. Now, shock horror, shimmer sprays clog, and especially when they're packed with shimmery goodness. Now, our Crafters Companion shimmer sprays that we've done for you are, as you would expect for anything that we do here, absolutely packed to the gunnels with shimmery goodness and magic. Look at those colours and that high, intense shimmer and shine. You can see the difference on white and black card there. Now, to get that level of shimmer, we have to pack it with all of the mica. And mica is a naturally occurring substance. It's like grinding up a shiny rock and putting it into some dye-based liquid. And we have to force that ground mica through a tiny little nozzle when you spray it. If we don't take care of our shimmer sprays, then it's got potential for the nozzle to clog. So I've got a couple of tips for you to prevent that happening. I've got a tip for you if it does happen, how you would undo it. And we're also going to have a look at the care kit that we've got. So bear with me. And all is not lost. Should one of your shimmer sprays clog, you've got a good one because it's packed with shimmery goodness. And then I'm going to show you how to get around that. Okay, so first things first, get yourself a little care kit. We've developed this for you because it gives you everything you need in there to be able to take care of, prevent and fix your shimmer sprays should they feel like they're going to clog or when they have clogged. Now inside here you've got a little funnel. We're going to talk about that in a second because the little funnel is great for using with our misters. That's a little bonus tip I've got for you. You've got 2 replacement nozzles. That's if all else has failed. So you've been having a fabulous time. You've got all of the shimmer on your crafty projects and your nozzles are blocked and you can't get them unblocked. You've got 2 replacement ones in there, which is absolutely fantastic. Then we've got a full empty bottle for you, again, with another one of those spray nozzles inside. So your care kit, 2 brand new nozzles, a full bottle with a nozzle, and a little funnel. And I'm going to show you how all of these are very, very helpful for you when it comes to using your shimmer sprays. Now, first things first, shimmer spray clogging. Now, what you need to do is if you feel some resistance, and I'm just going to show you a shimmer spray working to start, and that will give you an idea of what I mean by if you feel some resistance. So I'm just giving it a good shake to make sure that it's all spritzed up. By the way, protect yourself, protect your surfaces, because the shimmer will get everywhere. Okay, and then give it a little spray. Now, when you depress the top of your shimmer spray to get the lovely shimmery goodness, which you can see there, you get a mixture of mist and splats. It's a very artistic look and feel. We know what that looks like. As I press this down, I can't feel any resistance. It feels like a full depression of that pump. If it starts to feel a little bit firm, like you're having to try to push that down, that's when the mica could be gathering in the little tube or in the end here of the little spritz where the hole is, where it's being forced out. So at that point, that's when you would flush your spray. And that just means clean it out, so you're cleaning out any leftover mica or any leftover dye, so anything that's in that little nozzle is going to get flushed away. So let me show you what I mean by that. In your care kit, your empty bottle comes obviously with nothing in it. What I've put in it here is just some plain water. So to flush a spray which feels like it might be starting to resist, take out the empty one. So you've got your clean bottle of water and then pop in this spray from your bottle of shimmer. So there we go. You can see I've took it out and I've popped it into the empty bottle of water. At this point now, we're going to, on a scrap piece of card, I actually use an old wallpaper roll. So you can just, or some kitchen towel, but you don't want to use good kitchen towel for that. Something cheap and nasty that you don't want, some copy paper, wallpaper, whatever it is. And you're going to spray, 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 spray until it's clear. So you've flushed all the shimmer out. Now I would keep that because I don't want to waste any of that lovely shimmer. I'd be drying that with a heat gun, making it as a card background, putting a sentiment over with it, doing something, because that's good stuff still. But if I now come to a clean piece of paper, you can see there's no colour. It's just water. Because what it's done in this shimmer part now has flushed out all of that red shimmer and mica. So I now have a fully clean and flushed spritzer ready for my next project. Now I would recommend you do that every time you've used it. And I would say, in fact, every 15 to 20 pumps. You just want to flush it out and make sure that you're not getting a build-up. And if before 15 or 20 pumps you feel a little bit of resistance, then you want to do exactly as I've just shown you. Now, when I've took this out before it goes back in the bottle, there's some water still in here. So I would spray that until nothing comes out, pop it back in, screw the lid back on, and you're ready for your next project. Now, because you're going to fill up, it's empty, remember that little, the little carrier now hasn't been sprayed, you've emptied it and you've cleaned it and flushed it. I would do a priming pump, 1 or 2, move it to the side, and I'm ready for my next shimmery project when I want to use my shimmer spray. So that's how you prevent clogging, by flushing the mechanism regularly or when you feel some resistance. Now, what happens if you haven't been a good shimmery caretaker, Leanne, and you've kept going with the resistance and it's clogged? I've got a clogged one. I've done that. Sacrificed our very special blue shimmer spray here just for you. So it's clogged. What do I do to fix it? Okay, so let me show you. You're going to use, again, your empty bottle of water, which I've got here. And actually, this has gone a bit pink now. You'll replace it with fresh water so you don't get any contamination of colour. But for the purposes of showing you, it doesn't really matter. So I've got my empty water bottle with water in. And then with this spray here, what we're going to do is do the flushing. Again, this is clogged. See if we can force it through. Screw it on. Actually, I'm just going to use some of this old paper so I don't waste a load of paper. So that is resisting. That is definitely resisting. So there's a lot of mica in there. Keep going. And you see how it's misbehaving a little bit. I'm getting dribbles. It's all going all over the place. That's not working as we would hope. So that's started to clog, even when I'm trying to flush it through with the water. So I've let it go too far where my flushing still isn't fixing it like it did with the red one. So what you would do with that is remove this little top piece here where all of the mica will have gathered. It's gathered up inside. So you're just going to get a bit of kitchen towel. If you don't mind mucky fingers, you don't need to, and pull that off. Now, when you pull that off, this is where all of the mica will be gathering. And remember, we've got lots of mica in these sprays. We've packed it so you get all of that fantastic shimmer. So it's just in here as it's being forced through the little nozzle, and that's what you need to clean out. So you take your bottle of water that's been filled up again, your clear one, and mine here has my blue one on because I was flushing it before. So I'm going to take that out and put that back into the blue bottle for later. Here's my empty spray that I was using. Ignore the fact that this has gone blue. You'll be using clear water. It's just because I'm swapping things in and out. And then what you do is get really quite close and you're going to blast clear water inside here. So this tiny little bit inside is where you're going to blast your water. So you're going to take your clean spray and you're going to go up really close and blast that inside. Now you could take this to a tap at home. I'm just doing this here because obviously I don't have a tap immediately opposite me, but at home I would be taking this to the tap and just blasting cold water through it. And what I can see, I don't know whether you can, if I just wiggle this at you, is that clear water that's coming out has quite a bit of shimmer in it. So when you've done that and you're sure that it's nice and clean, and you know what, I just do it from the front there as well. If you've got a little pokey tool, you could use your pokey tool. I'm just going to grab one of mine because these for your die cutting are helpful, and you can just, don't force it in, but just give it a little mix around inside to make sure that any of that mica that was in there is loose. Give it a little tap. Oh, look. Did you see that? Look. there was the mica that was causing the resistance, the pesky mica. And by putting that little pokey tool in there and just giving it a little, I'm not pushing it, I'm not forcing it through the top of the cap, it's just giving it a little, could be a cocktail stick, doesn't have to be your pokey tool, you're just kind of agitating it, giving it a little clean, and then going back in with your water and giving it a tap out. See? Oh, there's some more. And I would keep going until that stops. And all I'm using is clear water now, so it doesn't matter. This is what you do if you do get that resistance where it was clogging, remember. You know, you're going to be a good caretaker of your shimmer sprays and do your flushing after every several uses. Keep flushing with water. Keep tapping till no more comes out. I think that's good. Then you can reassemble your spray. And this is the blue one that was clogging before. Pop your little spray back on. And then you're going to do a prime spray. Make sure you've got it nice and shook up still so the mic is evenly distributed. And then back to trying. And look, I've got a beautiful, beautiful fine unclogged mist. Okay, so that's what happens if it goes too far, that's what you do. But you're going to do the first one of regular flushing of your colour to make sure that that doesn't happen. All right, so that, I mean, couldn't be simpler, guys. And it really isn't anything to be scared of. It is the nature of the beast. If you want those beautiful, beautiful shimmery colours, then that's what's going to happen with your mica sprays. But there are two ways that you can prevent and fix should it happen to you. Next thing I just want to mention to you very quickly is these shimmer sprays are absolutely glorious, and so you can, if you want to finer mist, and this is just an extra bonus top tip, you don't need to really know about this, but anyway, if you want a finer mist, you can use our Spectrum Noir misters, and you can decant some of your shimmer in there. Now I like to use a pipette for that. We're not selling you the pipettes because you can get 576 for 10 pence online. They're really quite inexpensive, so there's no point in us selling you something that's very widely and readily available for you. So you can see I'm just taking probably more than I need. I don't need that. More than I need. Just take it out with a little pipette if you want to. If you haven't got a pipette and you want to pour it in, that's what the little funnel's for. So we've given you the little funnel. You can pour it in if you haven't got a pipette, and then just give your funnel a rinse out before you use another colour. Then just put the top back on of your little Spectrum Noir mister. So you can make little mini colours. You can put two colours in here, mix a new colour. You could put half shimmer spray, half water, make it a little bit diluted, more of a pastel colour if you wanted to. Why not? Give it a shake, and then you can spritz with this, and you get lovely even coverage with beautiful, beautiful shimmer and shine. That's still wet. It'll be much more shimmery once it has dried. So the funnel is so that you can decant into the little misters if you want to. Now, if you haven't bought a care kit and you don't want to buy a care kit, and some of your shimmer sprays you think, do you know what, I can't be bothered with that, then you could just use Spectrum Noir misters and decant into them if you want, and that saves the whole issue. It's entirely up to you. 3 options you've got. Fix it with regular flushing. Unblock it with the spray and the little pokey tool, or decant into one of your misters. In any event, you are going to have the very best time with your shimmer sprays, and you'll have all of the shimmery goodness at your fingertips. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you soon.